Every year, thousands of lives are lost in house fires, each one sparked by something seemingly small and avoidable. These aren't the fires caused by massive electrical failures or structural damage. They're often triggered by simple, everyday mistakes that can spiral into catastrophic disasters. One small oversight, one brief moment of carelessness, and what seems harmless at first can turn into something deadly. This is the story of the Martinez family, a story of a single mistake that forever altered a family's life. But before we do, I've got a quick challenge for you. Share this video, subscribe, and at the end I'll reveal a surprise giveaway for one lucky viewer. The Martinez family was like any other. Parents Maria and Luis had built a warm and loving home with their two children, Mia and Ethan. Mia, who was 6, and her younger brother Ethan, who was only 3. Their house, nestled in a quiet neighborhood, was their sanctuary, filled with the laughter and love of family life. It was a cold December evening. Luis Martinez and his wife Sofia had just put their kids, Mia and Ethan, to bed. The house was filled with warmth and laughter as they'd spent the evening decorating their Christmas tree. The aroma of cinnamon cookies baking lingered in the air, and soft holiday music played in the background. The kids had giggled themselves to sleep, excited for Christmas just a week away. Luis decided to plug in an old space heater to warm up the living room. He didn't think twice about the frayed cord or the overloaded outlet it was connected to. What seemed harmless at the time would soon become a nightmare. At 2 a.m., the unthinkable happened. A faint crackling noise woke Sofia. Disoriented, she sniffed the air, her heart dropping as she caught the unmistakable smell of smoke. She shook Luis awake, her voice trembling with fear. "Luis, the house is on fire!" Luis bolted upright, his heart pounding. Thick black smoke was already creeping under the bedroom door. The glow of flames flickered ominously from the hallway. Panic set in as Luis raced to the kids' rooms. Mia, only 6 years old, was crying in her bed. Ethan, barely 3, was coughing from the thick smoke that had already seeped into their rooms. The flames were spreading fast and the hallway was filling with smoke. They had seconds, only seconds, to escape. Sofia grabbed Ethan while Luis carried Mia, but when they reached the stairs, their worst fear became a reality. The flames had already consumed the lower level of the house. The heat was unbearable, and the staircase was their only way down. Luis wrapped Mia in a blanket and told Sofia, "We'll have to jump from the window. It's our only chance." Luis smashed the bedroom window with a chair, shards of glass scattering onto the snowy ground below. The cold night air rushed in, mingling with the acrid smoke. He helped Sofia climb out first, handing Ethan to her. "I'll go last," he assured her. With Mia clinging to his neck, Luis carefully lowered her out of the window before making the leap himself. The family landed in the snow-covered yard, coughing and shivering but alive. Behind them, their beloved home was being consumed by the fire. The fire department arrived minutes later, but by then, it was too late. The house was a total loss. Neighbors gathered, offering blankets and comforting words, but the look on Luis and Sofia's faces said it all. They had lost everything: their home, their memories, and their sense of safety. The once warm and joyful home was now reduced to ashes, leaving only the echoes of laughter and the faint scent of burning wood. In that moment, they were forced to confront the reality of their devastation, unsure of how to move forward, but grateful for the support of those around them. Investigators were baffled. How could the fire spread so quickly? Was it just the space heater, or was there another cause? As they sifted through the ashes, they discovered that the overloaded outlet had sparked the fire. The frayed cord had been a ticking time bomb. Luis admitted later, "I knew the cord wasn't safe, but I thought it could wait until after the holidays." That one decision nearly cost his family their lives. The aftermath was heartbreaking. Luis and Sofia had to explain to their kids that their toys, clothes, and even their Christmas gifts were gone. 6-year-old Mia asked through tears, "Why did this happen to us, Papa?" Luis had no answer. The guilt was overwhelming. He kept replaying that night in his head, wondering what he could have done differently. The once warm home was now a charred reminder of their loss, leaving the family with nothing but painful memories. Each day they grappled with the emptiness, trying to find strength amidst the devastation. The emotional toll was immense. Luis couldn't shake the memory of Mia's terrified cries as he carried her through the smoke. Sophia would wake up in a cold sweat, haunted by nightmares of the fire. Even little Ethan, who didn't fully understand what had happened, would burst into tears whenever he heard a loud noise. The family's lives had been turned upside down in a matter of minutes, but the Martinez family story didn't end there. Despite the tragedy, they found strength in their community. Neighbors started a fundraiser to help them rebuild. Strangers donated clothes, toys, and even furniture. Sophia's sister offered them a place to stay while they got back on their feet. Slowly but surely, the Martinez family began to heal. The support they received brought moments of light in their darkest hours. A local carpenter volunteered to build new beds for Mia and Ethan, complete with their favorite characters painted on the headboards. A nearby church organized a toy drive, ensuring the kids had something to smile about during the holidays. One neighbor, a retired firefighter, sat down with Luis and Sophia to teach them about fire safety, determined to prevent another tragedy. However, the scars, both physical and emotional, remained. Sophia's pain was evident, her tears streaming down as she recalled the night that forever changed their lives.
It's gonna be a long road ahead for me because it was very traumatizing to me.
Luis suffered burns on his arms from shielding Mia as they escaped. Sophia couldn't sleep for weeks, haunted by the thought of how close they had come to losing everything. And every time they drove past the charred remains of their home, a wave of grief washed over them. This is just one family's story. In 2023 alone, house fires claimed over 3,000 lives in the U.S. Many of these tragedies could have been prevented with simple precautions. But how often do we take fire safety seriously until it's too late?
You're gonna be Rick. Sorry. This way.
The raw footage from the Martinez fire was heart-wrenching. A neighbor captured the scene on their phone. Flames shooting out of the windows, smoke billowing into the night sky, and the sound of sirens growing louder as firefighters raced to the scene. One firefighter's helmet cam showed the intense moments of their rescue efforts, crawling through thick smoke, battling flames, and searching for any sign of life. Luis later said, "The firefighters were heroes that night. They couldn't save our house, but they made sure we got out alive. I'll never forget their bravery." It's easy to think, this won't happen to me. But fire doesn't discriminate. It can strike any home at any time, and often without warning. So what can we do to prevent these tragedies? First and foremost, never ignore electrical issues. If a cord is frayed or an outlet sparks, take immediate action. Luis' decision to delay fixing the space heater cord nearly cost him and his family their lives. Ignoring these signs can have devastating consequences. What may seem like a minor issue could turn into a life-threatening situation. Electrical fires are one of the leading causes of home fires, and failing to address them promptly can have catastrophic results. Always inspect your appliances and wiring, and if there's any sign of wear or malfunction, replace them or have a professional inspect them immediately. Second, invest in smoke detectors and test them regularly. A simple $10 smoke detector could mean the difference between life and death. But how many families truly prioritize checking their smoke detectors? Many homes still lack working detectors, and the consequences can be fatal. These small devices are your first line of defense in the event of a fire. Many fires occur at night when families are asleep and unaware of the danger. A properly functioning smoke detector can wake everyone and give them crucial extra minutes to escape. But more than just having a smoke detector, you need to ensure it's working. Test the batteries monthly and replace them at least once a year. It's a small effort that can save countless lives. Third, always keep a fire extinguisher nearby. Having a fire extinguisher accessible during a fire can help stop the flames from spreading, especially if the fire is caught early. But are fire extinguishers a common presence in most households? According to fire safety experts, most home fires start small, and a quick response with a fire extinguisher can prevent them from escalating into uncontrollable infernos. Yet many families fail to realize their importance until it's too late. Having the right equipment in place and knowing how to use it could be the difference between a minor incident and a life-altering disaster. Walk through your home with your family and identify the quickest ways out. Establish a meeting point outside the house and practice these escape routes regularly. But do you know how many families have an escape plan that they regularly practice? During a fire, every second counts. Smoke and flames spread quickly, leaving little time to think. In a panic, people tend to forget where doors or windows are, which is why practicing escape plans is so important. Children in particular need to be trained on what to do in case of a fire. Teach them to stay low to the ground, where the smoke is thinner, and ensure they understand the importance of getting out fast. Experts also recommend keeping essential items by your bed, like a flashlight and sturdy shoes. A fire can turn the familiar into an unfamiliar, dangerous environment. Broken glass, debris, and darkness can make navigating dangerous. Flashlights can help illuminate your path, while shoes protect your feet from injury. But how many people actually follow this advice? These simple items might seem insignificant, but in the chaos of a nighttime fire, they can be crucial for survival. Never leave candles, space heaters, or cooking appliances unattended. These are some of the most common causes of house fires. Candles create an open flame that can easily be knocked over, while space heaters often pose a fire hazard due to their close proximity to flammable objects. Cooking fires, particularly those involving unattended stoves, account for a significant number of home fires. But have you ever considered just how quickly a small flame can turn into something uncontrollable? It's easy to get distracted while cooking, especially in a busy household, but leaving these appliances unattended increases the risk of fire exponentially. Always practice fire safety and never underestimate the importance of caution when dealing with open flames or heat sources. The Martinez family story is a painful reminder that no precaution is too small. Luis later reflected, "If I could go back, I'd fix that cord the moment I noticed it. I'd double-check every smoke detector in the house." Regret hung heavily in his voice as he thought about what could have been done differently. But what if there had been more immediate action? What if the space heater had been inspected before it was plugged in? Fortunately, the past can't be changed, but sharing their story may help others avoid similar tragedies. The bravery of firefighters is another element that can't be overlooked. These heroes put their lives on the line every day, running into situations most of us would run from. Footage from the Martinez fire shows the relentless effort of the fire department. Hoses spraying water into the flames, teams coordinating rescues under immense pressure, and the sheer exhaustion etched on their faces as they fought to control the fire. But how many people truly recognize the life-saving work these firefighters do, often with little acknowledgement? Their courage is something we take for granted until we are faced with disaster. As devastating as fires are, they also highlight the resilience of the human spirit. The Martinez family found strength in their neighbors, who rallied around them in their darkest hour. They found hope in small acts of kindness, a donated meal, new pairs of shoes for Ethan, even simple words of encouragement from strangers. But could such kindness exist without these tragedies? The Martinez family's experience reminds us that even in the worst of times, humanity can shine through. But wouldn't it be better if these tragedies could be prevented altogether? We can't change the past, but we can learn from it. Take action today. Check your smoke detectors, inspect your wiring, and talk to your family about fire safety. These steps might seem minor, but they can save lives. Fire safety is everyone's responsibility. It's not just about one family, but about all of us ensuring that such preventable tragedies are avoided in the future. If this story moved you, share it with your loved ones. Fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and together we can prevent these tragedies from happening again. Let's honor the bravery of firefighters and the resilience of survivors by ensuring no family has to endure what the Martinez family did. Take the first step now. Your family's safety depends on it. Will you be ready if the unthinkable happens? Subscribe and join us to stay safe and ensure no family has to face the same tragedy. Let's work together to prevent these disasters and protect what matters most.